watching the Fox 11 5 o'clock news.
Up next, actor and environmentalist Ed Begley Jr. gives us a tour of his eco-friendly home.
Spotlight on Entertainment is sponsored by Cliffside Malibu Treatment Center.
Actor Ed Begley Jr. is here with us to talk about practicing what you preach. Ed has long been an advocate for the environment.
A long, long time, probably right at the top of the list. He's here along with Scott Harris, the COO and co-founder of the Building Construction Group. They're here to talk about how they made Ed's house not just green, but like uber green. It's called Platinum.
Uber.
That's right. We went to the platinum level. You can get a LEED certification. That's an environmental certification, silver, gold, or platinum. We went for the platinum, and Scott pulled it off.
You're like the guy. You're like the guy who who wants the fastest race car. Only you want the greenest house.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It all came because of my wife. I was very happy in my house from a few years ago. It was a very green house that I'd done a retrofit. It was a 1936 house that I made pretty green, like really green, in '88 when I moved in.
You're known for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I wanted to see if I could get to net zero electrically. I wanted to see if I could have more green, if I could have 10,000 gallons of rainwater treatment, if I could have all these other things, a bigger vegetable garden, and a beautiful home, a French Mediterranean design home by William Hefner, and
gorgeous.
make it green, and he did it.
We did it, right?
You did
How?
Oh. How? It's been a lot of work. I didn't used to have gray hair before I started this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what's the trick?
The trick was actually we looked at every single thing that was available as far as technology, and we tried to change it. Because if you look at whether things were done like in the 20s, and they're still almost done the same way. So when Ed laid down the challenge and dropped the gauntlet and said, you got to do this, and his wife said, you got to make it beautiful, we just did it. There was no choice.
But there are some key things that we don't see when we look at the house that you can tell us that are in the house.
So there's a couple things. There's a great few takeaways that anybody can do if you want to do this at home. So it's like some of the things that we learned is that drywall, the paper on the drywall is actually one of the things that actually causes mold. It's not the water that was the problem. So for Ed's house, what we did is this stuff that's, we call it paperless drywall, but it's got fiberglass on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
he'll never have
it has-
mold in his house?
Never.
And it has better insulation properties because of that fiberglass.
We also did steel studs for Ed's house, so he basically has a mold-free house. I'm allergic to mold, so I spent a lifetime of trying to figure out how to get rid of it because I had asthma. I don't have it anymore. So.
All right, so you're saying if you remodel your home,
if you're
you would
remodeling
use
your
the
home, but I
paperless
got an easy one.
Okay, well,
I got a really easy one for you
duct
guys.
tape.
Okay, duct tape.
You can do everything with
You know what
duct
duct tape is for? Does
Everything.
anybody know? It's for
duct work on
It's
air
actually for your
conditioning.
ducts.
Yeah.
So as a builder, what we see, which people don't realize, when I go up into the attics, about 90% of the homes are losing about 30% of the efficiency in there because the air conditioner ducts are not connected. They're loose up there.
Yeah.
And you know why the builders don't tell you? Because it's nice and cool and warm when they're working up in there. So they don't tell anybody
Why
about
can't
it.
they seal it up, though, when they're done?
They don't, because when they're working up there, it's just a little trick. It's a secret. So you go up there. So if you send your husband up there in the morning or something, early morning, wrap this up, you can watch your energy bills go down. So that's what we did for Ed's house. His house is so well sealed. We tested it for him. We did a HERS test for you, right?
That's right.
And we passed. And so that's a really inexpensive way because people don't have the money to buy these energy efficient air conditioning and heating units. You can buy this roll of tape for $1.99. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I did.
Okay, what about Ed's house has solar panels?
9 kilowatts of solar.
There are a lot of ads I see on TV now for solar panels. Is that something that you're a fan of, Scott?
Solar panels is it's so obvious that it's like, why aren't we doing it? You know, for Ed's house, it's like the two things that are free was the sun and the water, and it's like last time I checked, Ed never got a bill from the sun, right?
No.
You don't get from sun and water and power. So
They're not the prettiest part of your roof, though.
But it's totally hidden. You can't see it from anywhere in the property. You can
On
walk
your house?
On my house, they're totally hidden. And the first thing you got to do before you put up solar, I want everybody who's thinking about solar to first of all reduce your demand. We did that with lighting. We started with these beautiful LED lights, and we have Lutron smart controls. Lutron is a great company, has dimmers that work with LEDs and all kinds of bulbs. And so we have all these smart controls. You have different lighting settings throughout the house. Your shades go up and down different times of the year, whenever you want. It's all programmed.
Shades go up and down. And that's a big expense.
That can be a lot, but light bulbs aren't a lot, and dimmers are very cheap. You can do that in a retrofit in your rec room or your bedroom or wherever you want. Just put in some Lutron dimmers, save a lot of money.
All right, give me another tip.
Another tip? You have a third tip, didn't you?
I got a third tip. If you want to actually get, one of the easiest things to do is to call the city of Los Angeles. They will actually give you rain barrels, and you can hook those up to your downspout. So we did this for Ed's house. We
free
got
water.
10,000 gallons of water at Ed's house.
Really?
But you can actually get free ones. They're actually, they're syrup bottles from Coca-Cola that they're distributing. And it has a little spigot. It's got a big tube. It's called a soaker hose. It's got all these little holes, and if you blow on it, it sounds like a piccolo. And you bury that thing, and you can start to water your vegetable garden like the way Ed did.
So all we need is the rain.
Even in a drought year.
Even after our El Nino year,
So-
we didn't get much rain.
We didn't. But
Yeah.
even in a drought year, we filled up that 10,000-gallon tank.
really?
Yeah,
We
we can
did.
fill it up in 2 inches of rain,
Yeah.
actually, now that we have all the downspouts hooked up. Energy-saving thermostats, weather stripping, all this stuff is very cheap. You can save a lot of money. Big bang for your buck with cheap stuff, too.
You've been such an advocate of being eco-friendly for a long time. What kind of changes are you seeing in society in general? Are you
People
feeling
are
like we're
doing it.
getting it? Yeah.
They are, because they realize you can save money. If you pick that low-hanging fruit first, do the cheap and easy stuff first, you can save a lot of money, move up the ladder, and do more.
Scott Harris, builder extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Ed Bigley Jr.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
you go.
guys.
Legend.
Fascinating.
Be right back.